can check in on your campaigns. We might do a quick check. We've got a couple of people in the room today, so we'll do an overview, and then if I want to come back to you at the end on anything, we can go back into things just to make sure everyone gets a turn. Just seeing, Jana, you said you've seen a drop in performance for 4 days now, so you just want to look at anything that might be causing it, ad account setup, creatives, that kind of thing. And that's awesome that you've emailed through. One of the team can also definitely check and maybe organise a one-on-one too for anything more in depth. But maybe, Jana, we'll just start with checking in on where you guys are at the moment in regards to upcoming end of financial year. Are you guys doing a sale? Have you launched? If not, when do you launch? That kind of thing while I bring up the account.
Yep, we're doing the sale. So we're going to launch our hype campaign on the 25th of this month.
Okay,
And
cool.
I would also like to check into what are your recommendations about the campaign structure. If you are going to check into our account, maybe we can prioritize that one first, and then look into the current issue that we have right now.
Cool. All good. Thanks for that. Just flagging with you, Jana, for this month, something to just be aware of when you're like looking at performance. A lot of brands are starting to roll out their end of financial year sales like this week. Some started last week as well. Because you guys are not going to be on sale yet, it's just something to be wary of when you look at things, that there are a lot of other brands on sale, and if you guys are not, you're sort of competing in a market where ads are expensive, obviously, and other people have an offer they're pushing. So keep going with like top of funnel pushing, and that's what we'll have a look at from a structure perspective as well, of like where we're spending budget, knowing that we're bringing people into the mix. And then yes, of course, for anyone with urgency, they're likely to convert ahead of time, but you will also just sort of keep in mind that you are building up that funnel in prep for when you guys launch your offer and launch your sale too. Did you have a particular country that you wanted me to look at to start with? Which one are you seeing either the best results or the weakest results in at the moment?
Based on country, I already checked into it. So mainly most of them are performing as with others. Also, we split it. Our campaign are being split by products and by country. So what's working previously or over the last 3 days are the dumbbell decks. However, with other products, it hasn't been really working at all.
Okay.
So we're seeing like below our benchmarks.
Okay, cool. That's good insight. Let me just switch this around. Active ads. Okay, so main thing like I'm checking for, obviously, when we just look at overall structure, and you guys do have a lot of ads campaigns broken out. So I do think like we can have a look at this via email as well, just to double check that there's nothing else sort of more in depth that we should be having a look at. But when I'm looking at things, I am just looking at things by your cost per result to get an idea of like what's working the best. So I can see like your worldwides are doing quite well over the last like 10-ish days from a cost per result perspective. Do you have another one in here as well? No, just those ones. So from a scalability perspective at the moment, these are sitting really comfortably and like showing that they're increasing in results over time as well. So the dumbbell deck, obviously, but I can see you've got the body bar in here as well, and the ebook. For worldwide, that's probably a good place to focus in terms of like that incremental value for you guys as well. And I know that you have been touching on worldwide for quite a while, but that's quite a big audience. So when we're talking about like bringing people into the mix for ahead of sale as well, that's probably a good place to like be pushing into at the moment, just because you will be hitting regions as well that are not expecting to go on sale outside of obviously Australia, and US has just come off a sale. So worldwide is looking good structure wise at the moment. You've got your Advantage Plus and then like the Mofu picking people up in there. So I'm happy with that. You could, from a worldwide perspective, consider I know you've got your Advantage Plus doing the body bar, but you could, for example, for worldwide, try doing like more of a top of funnel manual campaign, because you guys don't have that switched on at the moment, I don't think, and bring that into the mix, just with like a small spend, and maybe collate all the product types in together. That would be like harsher exclusions, really focusing on going out and getting new people to help like get these 3 campaigns to work even better than they are. Not necessary, but if I was going to do something for worldwide, that's probably what I'd do at this stage, just to focus on bringing new people into the mix. Any questions on that, Jonna? Just jump in, obviously, as we move through.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Otherwise, having a look at like AU and where things are kind of sitting for that, because I know we've got US and AU like a little bit combined in together. Your Mofu is like obviously up here performing the best. That's to be expected. What's your like green traffic like for AU middle of funnel or across the board?
Currently our AU campaign has been really working because from worldwide perspective, we were advised to trim down our worldwide middle of funnel, so that's a new campaign. It hasn't been running for 7 days with our AU Mofu.
Okay, yeah. If like AU is doing well for you guys at the moment, like it more just depends whether this like 14 from a middle of funnel perspective is good, because that's kind of got everything grouped in together. But otherwise, like I know that's your middle of funnel. I'm looking at the like $15 CPA for the US and AU together from a dumbbell dex perspective. Again, if that is trending in the right direction for you guys, from what you can achieve from a cost per result perspective, then that looks to be doing well from like a product perspective. It's doing a really good job from add to carts as well. So this one here, if there's something else in AU or US that your equation sheet is saying, yes, you're doing well, you can scale, I'd probably be scaling this particular campaign within the mix, because then we've got your TVB campaigns done here that are obviously that little bit more expensive. You've got more options in here as well, because we've got the detailed interest, like bringing people in. But for like immediate wins, if this Advantage Plus is doing what you need it to be doing, and you're seeing that translate through to sales in the equation with like the green light to scale for those 2 regions on that product, then you can probably push a little bit more into that one for the moment.
Yep.
And then Canada, we'll come back to US again, but Canada, where else is this?
Yeah, there's only 2.
At the moment. Okay, cool. Do you have the dumbbell decks in Canada?
No.
No.
That's yeah, maybe that's one thing that we need to work on. We mainly run ads just for the TBB products for Canada.
Yeah. These are looking good at the moment, and again, just having a look like when you
what I did, because our top of funnel Canada hasn't been working for like more than 5 days, I look into the best performing campaigns previously with our Advantage Plus. So I just refresh it with new ads, and then I switch it back on, because in our account it seems to be like the OG Advantage Plus has been working better than the new structure. So I'm still testing out if we're going to stick with the OG Advantage Plus campaigns, or continue transitioning with the new Advantage Plus, because we've tested like 3 Advantage Plus with the new setup, and it hasn't been really consistently working along the way.
Okay, cool. Because this is new, this is going to be like a little bit too early to tell, but just one of the things to keep in mind, on your an eye on, Jenna, as you like test the old Advantage Plus versus the new, for you guys in particular, just because obviously with old Advantage Plus you're only going to have those particular campaigns, and there's nothing to say that like they won't get fully deprecated in future. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but like down the track it might just move that there's only the new setup. One of the things you probably just want to watch with your old Advantage Plus campaigns, because you don't have the ability to do exclusions or anything in those like what we can do with the new ones, Just monitor the frequency on your campaigns, because you've got a couple of like your mid funnels in here are probably like the only ones that are a little bit higher, but again, they are for things like the ebook, and your middle funnel for Canada, which you only got one top of funnel driving into that. We just want to monitor that your frequency doesn't get too high on the Advantage Pluses, and then that's like an indication to us that it's circling around a very similar audience. If you're using your Advantage Plus though paired with a cold manual top of funnel, that's okay, because you'll still be bringing new people into the mix. But yeah, I won't be able to tell this today on this campaign because it's only so new, but that'll be something to watch out for of like when you do turn things on and off. Otherwise, I think for the moment for you guys, one of the things, as always, for you, Jana, is just making sure you're noting down that data and like trends that you see. And so whether you do that by product type, and have an idea, like obviously dumbbell jacks is working quite well. So if you can bring that to Canada, I would be doing that as well and testing another product type. But noting things down by country, and then like sort of week on week, you guys probably want to roll with like about a 5-day rolling for trends. And if you're going to switch campaigns on and off, you probably just want to make sure you are giving that sort of at least 5 to 7 days of either running campaigns alongside each other, so you are testing your hypothesis actually in the same time frame, or noting things down so that you sort of are like, okay, I thought this wasn't working, I'm going to bring like this old Advantage Plus back, for example, and see what happens. But when we're consistently making changes like that to the overall structure, we're doing a lot of things that are, I guess, making changes to the account as a whole. So just make sure you have really good like note taking on what you're seeing and when you make changes. You can even do it like in your equation as well, but just for yourself, so that you're really clear on what's working, when you adjusted things, and why you adjusted something, and then we can go back and look at like whether that was actually proven true. But yeah, I think one of the big ones for the moment with performance is if you guys are not on sale and you're not going to be for a while, you particularly in your Australian campaigns, expect a drop in results, because literally every other brand is going on sale. And even before that, we were noticing a lot of consumers just waiting for brands to go on sale. So until you do, it's going to be a bit of a hard slog in Australia. So just take the results with a grain of salt. Make sure you're focusing on bringing new customers into the mix. In the meantime, though, if you're finding those wins in worldwide or in Canada or the US and finding out what you can do there, that's where I would be focusing your attention while you wait for Australia to go on sale, just to make up for maybe the slow results that we might see in AU.
Yep, I'll take a note of that. Thank you so much. So do you recommend to do our sale earlier than we schedule?
If you have the option to do it earlier, I would personally do it earlier than the 25th for you guys, and just take that to the team and see what they think. The 25th is what day of the week? It is a Wednesday. So we're on the 10th, like it would be next week essentially that you're going to launch, because you probably don't want to necessarily change like days of the week so much, but you will find majority of brands are launching sale this week or next week. And if you wait till the very end of the year, you guys will probably be okay, in the sense that it won't be that people have gone and spent money elsewhere and they don't have anything left to spend by the time you guys go on sale, because you sort of sit in like your own realm. But you will just find people are focusing on other ads are expensive, so you're just competing for 2 more weeks in a space where other brands are on sale. That if you can bring it to like the 18th or 19th, and that's an option, that would be what I would recommend.
Thank you. I'll definitely talk to our team about it. Thank you so much.
And we can chat offline as well, on email around anything else, particularly in the lead up to that.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Emma, how's it going?